Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly and I am a Reiki practitioner as well as a psychic intuitive. I'm here right now because I'd like to deliver and offer a message that was kind of coming through for the collective, for us on this planet right now, from my guides, from the ancient ones, and from a few other beings that are coming through right now. I'm seeing Syrian beings and Arcturian beings coming through, representative through the color that I'm seeing, blue, the frequency color. So for those of you who don't know who I am, just as I mentioned, Reiki practitioner as well as psychic intuitive. I have worked with my guides probably my whole life, but more consciously coming into my early teen years, and have just kind of developed this natural connection with them and with my inner being. And then from there, it just kind of opened up and I'm able to see energy. I'm able to see the energy of music. I'm able to listen and hear and receive images, downloads, and kind of translate that by feeling. There's been maybe like 1 or 2 times in my life where I've actually smelt energy, which was really, really beautiful, really interesting, different experience for me. But here today, I want to talk about what's going on with us, with our planet, where we are in the universe, and kind of what's happening within our own bodies. So the energy, the frequency, if you do see me like looking over to or going from left to right, I have different beings here with me right now. And so this is kind of what they're delivering, what messages they're giving to me too. So I'm just letting you know. But the energy and the frequency of where we're moving in this planet right now is very creative, is very, very creative. And whenever we move through different spots in this universe, the energies that are within these spots have an inspirational factor, thank you, an inspirational factor in which to inspire us by. So with these energetic frequencies and the way our bodies respond, so what I'm seeing is this visualization of us as a planet and all of us human beings on the planet kind of moving through. I'm actually seeing it. That's so interesting. They're telling me that what I'm seeing right now is the actual frequencies of the universe and where we're moving through. And I'm seeing it as like, how do I describe? Kind of like a light blue light, and it's almost like grid lines, almost like mathematical grid lines that you would see back in the school days on that grid paper, but it's light blue. And I'm seeing it in like a 3D kind of aspect too, and just like black everywhere else. But yes, so the energetic frequencies of where we're moving through, sometimes they can stretch us out, and sometimes that can have an effect on our bodies where we feel more tired. Collectively, the majority of us might feel tired. Some of us will react differently according to what's within our DNA structure and within where we're at in our own journeys with our energy bodies, our emotions, and our physical human bodies too, right? Because it all coincides together. So where we are right now, this is just to kind of give you like an umbrella of how things happen by moving in this universe, and how they can have inspirational factors within our own lives, our own physical lives, is what they're saying. And you know, it can manifest, they're bringing something else in, it can manifest through, I just want to say right now that on my left, I'm feeling more ancient beings, and on my right, I'm feeling more Syrian and Arcturian beings right now. So if you see me go like this is the messages that they're kind of bringing through. But what they want to say more of like the Syrian beings is that, oh, interesting. Sorry, they just wanted me to point that out. But yeah, it's all an energetic frequency. So depending on where we go in the universe, where we go as a planet, it has this ability to inspirationally factor in different frequencies into our own bodies. And this manifests physically in our lives with how we create and how we live, and some things to a degree of how we experience certain things. It's all an inspirational factor with what's coming through with the planet at the time and what's kind of coming up from the planet energetically, that inspires us to create from and with. Yes. Okay, so now what I want to talk about right here and right now, and also I think with the ancient ones really, but ancient ones really want me to kind of convey right now, is that where we are moving right now within this universe on this planet Earth, what I was seeing is like, again, it's like this like tube. And I said this in I think it was my yearly collective 2021 video. I'll link that below, but I was seeing the same sort of visual. But it's interesting because I remember in that video, I was seeing it as white light, whereas in this one, I was specifically seeing it as like the blue grid lines and the blue energetics. Like I'm seeing the frequencies of the universe. But I said like the same kind of concept, the same thing, where it's like this tube, right? It's like this tube and it's opening up. And I believe in February, like the yearly 2021 video, I said it felt like the year 2021 felt like we are on the cusp of this opening. But right now, where we are as a planet and in this universe is literally, we're moving through, it feels like what I'm seeing is like we're moving through this tube, so to say. It's not, sorry, isn't necessarily like a tube. Okay, so I'm saying it's not like necessarily a tube. This is just the way that I'm seeing it. And it's probably more from my own, to be able to convey this message, for my own ability to process it and understand it and deliver it in a way that makes sense. But they're saying that it's like, you can think of it as like the journey of the earth. As the earth unfolds in this universe, this is what's happening. So we're moving along this frequency. You could think of it as like a timeline, this frequency timeline that we're moving through. And what's happening with where we are right now, all of this energy with where we are in the universe, we're going towards that opening. This is what I'm seeing. We're just like where it gets really good is what they're saying. But yeah, we're going towards this like opening, like we're in it. And what's happening right now is this sense of creativity, right? And this energy, because this is where we are in the universe, and because this is kind of like the dominant frequency of the journey of the earth and where we are in this universe, this is what's really inspiring. This is the inspiring factor. And it feels great. I heard the word home. It feels like home. It feels like homecoming. It's this really great energy with where the planet is right now. And it just like comes up through the earth, and this kind of inspires us through the thoughts that we're thinking, through the actions that we're taking. So for example, this creative energy with where we're sitting at right now, and this home-like energy could inspire us to get outside more, right? To get out, they want me to share something to get outside more, to like get connected to your roots, right? Because anything that feels like home, our bodies are part of this earth, made from soil. So it's just natural that when we get outside, we feel like we're connecting to home, because in a sense we are. What they want me to say too is that the way that this manifests is in what we are creating and how we're physically going about and doing things. So for example, in my own life, I started co-creating with a friend. We're collaborating together to write a song and co-produce this song together. Yeah, and it's really beautiful because it's interesting. The words that I'm noticing that my friend was using as we sat down to start writing the song together, she used a specific word, and the word was roots. And I was like, wow, that's a really specific word, and it really stood out to me. And as I thought about it, and as I started receiving these messages of where we are in the universe, it's interesting because the energy that's coming up that feels like home, that feels like it's just coming up out of the earth, that's how it manifests, and that's how it translates to this physical creation, right? Like you could use any other word that could describe roots. You could use any other word. You could use like anything, but because it's specifically roots, and because it's specifically kind of honed into the earth and honed into this is how it kind of unfolds for us. And you'll notice this in like the words that you're using, the thoughts that you're having. Maybe it's like a very particular thought or a particular word that you find yourself not often using, but you just feel inspired to. That's part of like the flip side of the energy that's coming in for us, that's here for us with where we are and where we're moving through. And it feels like it's like opening up and it's here for us. So this would be a really great time right now for any artists out there, any creatives out there, which really at the end of the day is all of us. We are all creators. We are all masterful creators. You know, at the core essence of who we really are, when you let go of, or when you detach, when you come home to yourself, right? Like you detach from clothes, makeup, face, identity, job, gender. These things are all important in the human aspect is what they're saying. Arcturians are saying these things are all important in the human aspect, but when you come down, Syrians, the Syrians are saying this, your soul essence, and what that really is, you come back home to yourself. So I guess I wasn't going, where were you going with it? You come back home to yourself, and this is who you are. You are a divine, masterful creator. You understand at a soul level that you attract everything, and you understand at a soul level, not on a human level, because sometimes the human mind and the way reality is constructed, it can get construed a little bit, but at a soul level, you understand that you create reality. Your thoughts create reality. Yeah, agreeance. So, okay, so guys, essentially, if you're feeling creative right now, this is probably because it's an inspirational factor with where we are in the universe and it's opening up. Of course, you know, there's going to be flux and flow, and of course, like honor each independently too, because this is kind of like a very general insight or insightful scoop of, that was the Arcturians that said that, insightful scoop of what's kind of being seen with humanity right now and where we're moving through the universe. However, each individual journey, they're saying like we understand that too, each individual journey will have its own different fine-tuned facets to it, meaning that we all go through our own ups and downs, and it's always very, very important to honor our own natural rhythms of where we are. So, you know, if we're kind of slowing down in life and really going within and really looking at, okay, you know, I've got some emotions that I've got to work through, or I've got like a belief system that I really want to work through, or I've got to like do my energetic work, I've got to do my emotional work, then that's okay too. You might look over and see like the next person's like really creating too, right? This is the other thing that was coming through, is that you might look over and see like this other person's creating, and maybe you get triggered by that, by comparing yourself and saying like, oh, like I should be over there, or oh, they're doing what I want to do, or oh, this is like the idea that I had and I really wanted to do too. And that is totally, that is okay, that is good, because if you have the awareness to bring to that moment and say, hey, that's interesting, why did I, you know, why did that happen to me? And then just, it's almost like you're backing, you're going from like the bird's eye view, from the eagle perspective, from the higher perspective, just from a larger perspective, really. You're actually, what they're saying is you're actually expanding your consciousness when you're doing that. Interesting. But when you're able to kind of pull yourself back from the situation and see like, oh, okay, well, you know, I guess I do have like my own timing with things, and like I have seen in the past, you know, like find any thought that kind of feels close to your heart in that moment, where it's like, I guess I have seen in the past that, you know, things have worked out for me, even when I did go up and down, and generally, like, actually, generally it has turned out pretty good, and so I guess I'm good. And then you can even like expand yourself into that kind of energy flow. I want to say like thought pattern, but it's more of like an, well, it is thought pattern, energy flow to, interesting, Syrians are saying to create from that too, because we're always creating. You could go deeper into that and say, okay, well, you know, things have worked out for me in the past, and then this is holding yourself in compassion too, right? Because you're not beating up on yourself, you're not arguing with yourself, you're not falling into jealousy, you're not falling into comparison, you're not falling into you know, anger or dispute or whatever, you know, inner conflict or any energy that is lower vibrational. You're actually able to step back and say, okay, well, things have often worked out for me in the past, and you know, this person, you know, maybe this person does have like their ups and downs too, just like me. And well, I think it's great that this idea is actually just getting out there, and I support this person, and I think it's wonderful that this person gets to shine like this. And you know, I mean, like, don't force it, because maybe like the first time you go through this, maybe you will have like that trigger moment of like jealousy, or that trigger moment of inner conflict, or that trigger moment of like anger or inner dispute, or like what a comparison, whatever it is, right? Totally okay. We're humans. But the idea is to like softly condition yourself, right? Back to your home center. Back to the essence of who you really are, and just holding yourself in that, knowing that you're always in the right place at the right time, knowing that you're fully equipped. Syrians are saying you're fully equipped with all the tools you need every single time. We all are. And knowing, ancient beings are coming in here, knowing that you always got this. You always got this, and you're supported. And you know, go easy on yourself. And sometimes it'll happen right away, and sometimes it takes longer, and that's okay. Each and every one to their own individual journey. Yeah, any little bit of momentum like that helps. Even if you don't think it's that big, it helps. It all adds up, right? So yeah. So yeah, guys, it feels like this energy that's very much creativity, and it's very much coming through the earth right now. I closed my eyes and I was seeing little vortexes. I was seeing them with my eyes closed. So it's just, there's this like really good energy that's coming through for us to kind of like plunge into and experience and enjoy. But yeah, I hope this made sense. Thank you. Thank you to you guys for being here, holding space for me. They're saying something about the sacral chakra too, really quick before I go, because I really need to honor this. It's how this energy is speaking through us, to us. It's interesting, they're going to us like through crown chakra and through us from sacral chakra right now. So it's like, yeah, it's like divine inspiration and then creation right now is this energy right now for us on the collective. Yeah, feels good. Feels complete. So if you guys do feel like really called to go out into earth right now, and it feels good for you, it would be a good thing to really acknowledge that and really acknowledge Mama Earth and yourselves too, and your connection, your relationship, and also just following your joy and your creations. What really sparks that joy for you, what really like opens you up, opens up your heart, opens up your energy flow, and it really feels good for you, nourishing. Follow that stuff. It is encouraged. Of course, you do have your own choices, and of course, we all do have our own paths and our own journeys, so it's all good. But this is kind of like the general overall where we're going in the universe, what I'm seeing with the energy grid lines we're moving through right now, and we're in this, where we're going right now is in this really creative energy zone. And then I don't know right here, right now, I mean, I know my soul knows, but me in this physical body, all I can say is that what I'm seeing coming next, however, like near or far in human timelines and human years that is, it feels like this opening, or I'm seeing and feeling this opening for humanity, like us human beings and this planet and all of life on this planet. Yeah. Okay guys, so this is kind of all that I have right now. So thank you guys again for being here and for holding space. I want to say a big thanks to the ancient beings. Always so nice. Yeah, always so nice to work with you guys. Great honor and great love. Thank you to the Arcturian beings and the Syrian beings. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure. My higher self, always, of course, your higher self, your inner beings, your guides. Such an honor, seriously. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that energy update, and then that's it. So happy journeying, happy creating. I'm sending you guys so much love and appreciation. And yeah, this is separate, but I'll throw this in here too. I am offering discounted $10 readings for the month of February, personal readings. So if that resonates with you, I'll leave that below as well. Also offering distance Reiki right now too, so resonates too. It's all gonna be below. Other than that, big hugs, lots of love, lots of appreciation, and we will talk soon. Bye.